Professor at Yale University, which is like an Ivy League school that people once upon a time considered impressive, but smart people no longer do, is now calling on fellow progressives to actively defy federal law by hiding illegal immigrants. His name is Gregg Gonsalvez. He's supposedly a law professor, and yet he tweeted this recently, quote, "We hide immigrants from ICE if we have to." The professor says this would be, quote, civil disobedience rather than aiding and abetting criminal activity. Lawrence Jones is editor-in-chief of Campus Reform. He's been following this and joins us tonight. This leads to the larger question, Lawrence, of why we even bother to fund universities. They're a joke, but we're getting to that later in the show. To the specifics of this case, how did he express this? What was the response?
Well, I asked a simple question. I'm an editor-in-chief. I'm a journalist. This is something that the left said is being attacked. So I asked the question, are you guys aiding and abetting? Simple question. He, in return, blocked me and decided to go after my organization and say that we should be on the list for the Southern Poverty Law Center. That simple.
The Southern Poverty Law. That's the fake civil rights group that gets people banned, that crushes the free speech rights of people it disagrees with. Right, yeah, I'm familiar with them. So he didn't respond at all. Do you find, in a meaningful way, do you find it ironic that a law professor would be calling on his students to ignore the law?
Well, we couldn't find his actual law degree, so, I mean, I don't even understand how he's teaching students about the law. You know, it's crazy, Tucker.
Wait,
because
I'm sorry. What do you mean? What do you? I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you. What do you mean by that? You couldn't find his law degree?
Well, we couldn't find his law degree. We couldn't find a JD behind his name, but he's teaching at the school, so you know, he must have a PhD, but it's not specifically. He's not a lawyer. He's not a practicing lawyer. We couldn't find it, so unless he has records that are being hidden, we would love to see that. But Tucker, my point is, there's a lot of laws that I don't like. I'm a civil libertarian, and I want to push the war on drugs that went after my community. I didn't like those communities, but I don't get to say DEA. I get to harbor and abet criminals. That just doesn't work that way. And so instead of him answering my question, he went after the president of our company because he's an old white man, and he didn't want to face the black man, the black reporter that asked him the question, are you aiding and abetting? Just a simple question. But let's attack the old white guy.
That's kryptonite for a guilty white liberal. That's hilarious.
Right.
Lawrence, thank you very much. Good to see you.